at Simplifying by Sam Cherry, who's with Bombardier, and we're going to have a walkabout of the latest C-Series cabin, which is yet to fly, and we're going to learn all about why it's one of the most comfortable planes in the world. Sam, tell us a little about yourself and what exactly you do at Bombardier.
I'm the Director of Program Planning, Development and Customer Requirements. My department actually work as the go-between between the customer and our engineering departments. So we were responsible for attending all the customer visits, making all the technical presentations to the customer, and then bringing back those requirements into our company so that we can build them into our most advanced products.
Now let's enter the C-Series cabin mock-up and take a look at what it's like. Sam, come on in.
Okay, Shashank, well, one of the first features of our aircraft is the fact that we have offset the doors, the passenger door coming into the aircraft,
okay,
and the service door, which actually will be used to load the supplies into the galley area.
So how does that help?
So that helps in that immediately the passenger comes into the aircraft, he's not faced with a huge open door with all sorts of activity going on in the background.
Right.
So it allows the cabin attendant to actually stand in the position just exactly where you might be.
Right.
A curtain behind to actually shield all this activity.
Right.
And basically welcome the people on board.
Sure. Okay, so it hides all the different things. Now let's walk into the cabin a little. And why don't you tell us about this beautiful cabin?
So, Shashank, there's several features of this cabin that people should be aware of.
Sure.
And the first thing we have done, we have looked at the current competitors that are out there. The sizes of seats that they have, the size of aisle that they have. We've actually opened up this space tremendously.
Okay, it's actually quite spacious if you take a look at it.
It's very spacious. So our seats today, our normal seats, are 18.5 inches wide. Particularly for the window seats and the aisle seats.
Right.
And a special treat for a 5-abreast aircraft is actually to give the middle seat some little bit of extra space, and we have done that by opening up that middle seat to a full 19 inches.
As compared to what is it normally?
Normally this seat in our competitors' aircraft can be anything from 17.3 inches up to just under 18 inches.
Okay, so I guess Kevin Smith wouldn't have a problem fitting into those seats.
Kevin, I think, can get his armrest down on both sides, and Southwest, if you're looking at this, perhaps it's something you should be thinking about in the future.
Okay, great. Now, what about this five abreast seating? Does that also improve the passenger experience in some way?
Well, if you think about it, in a 6-abreast aircraft, you've got 2 middle seats.
Right.
Okay, of people who are a little bit
and here we only have one middle seat.
They feel as if they've been sold short a little bit. Here we have one middle seat. So we say there's no poor seats in the C-Series, simply because you either have a window, or a very popular aisle for the business person, or the middle seat if you're just that little bit, you need that little bit of extra space.
Right, and an interesting thing is that about 20% of the seats are middle seats, I think?
20% are middle seats.
And generally airlines, or good airlines, fly at about 80% load factor. Correct. So that means everyone gets an aisle or a window seat.
And some people, and in fact some airlines who we've been talking to, come up with the idea that they could possibly make a little bit of extra revenue from our wider middle seat.
Right, that's fantastic. And what else is differentiating about this cabin which improves the customer experience? So
let me tell you about the windows in our aircraft.
Sure.
First of all, they're a lot bigger than the normal windows in a narrow body or a single aisle aircraft.
Okay.
They're basically about 20% bigger than any other windows that are out there. In fact, we have about 30% more windows than some of the competition in the 100-seat bracket.
Okay.
And we have made these windows not only bigger, but we've actually positioned them in such a way that you can see out. Very often the window position is compromised, either for the floor level to store cargo, or for some other reason. But we have made these windows at such a level and positioned them in such in the aircraft that people have a very natural viewing angle. We have sculpted the side panels again to improve the viewing angle. And basically these windows allow a lot of light into the cabin, which again opens the cabin up and gives the impression of a lot of space. So that's where we get our wide body feeling in a single aisle aircraft.
And from what I understand, there is actually more space, especially around your shoulders and how the design was done.
Exactly. The design is not the traditional double bubble. A traditional double bubble gives you a lot of space at your elbows. It's not particularly where you need a lot of space. Where people would like the space would be at the shoulder level and at their head level. So this aircraft doesn't suddenly come up and cut in tight around the head level. So again, that's one of the key features of the aircraft. We designed the aircraft from the inside out, from the seated position. Okay, and we have allowed this space to actually come naturally up beyond the shoulder and the head level, and just to open the cabin up for the passenger.
Great. And what else is different?
So let me show you one of our key features, which would be the overhead bins in this aircraft. Okay, where we have a first in the industry that we have a pivoting bin on a single aisle aircraft as standard equipment. And on the left hand side of the aircraft, this pivoting bin has been designed to accommodate a standard IATA roller bag, which is normally around about 20 inches tall. Okay, we have several different versions of this, but here's a slightly smaller version. 17.
Yeah, that looks pretty standard.
And this is maybe just a little bit more standard in terms of being a 19-inch bag. But a real secret of our aircraft are the pivoting bins on the right-hand side of the aircraft. Because we have this 3 abreast seating on this side of the aircraft, it allows us to actually make a bigger pivoting bin. And within this bin, we can accommodate the grandfather of all roller bags.
Oh, that's a big one.
This is a big one. This is a 23-inch IATA type roller bag. We can actually accommodate a 25-inch IATA roller bag.
That is a lot of space in there.
Into this bin. Now the bins allow us to accommodate roller bags for about 80% of people. And guess what the growing trend is, particularly for commuters who are on a 2-3 day visit. They'll basically travel not with check bags, but with roller bags, particularly if they have a connecting flight. It allows them a lot more flexibility in their schedule, and obviously we're designing this feature into our aircraft.
And now airlines are charging for checked-in baggage anyway, so more passengers want to carry in bags on board.
Exactly.
So which are the airlines which already have orders? Which airlines can I fly in a few years to fly the C-Series?
The airlines who have bought presently would be Lufthansa, and within their group, the Swiss company will be the company that will be flying.
Swiss Airlines?
Swiss Airlines. Okay. The second order that we've got would be from a leasing company called LCI. So LCI are still negotiating with their end customer, but they have bought some aircraft. And the third customer that we have to date would be Republic Airlines.
Who are now operating Frontier and Midwest, which is the merged group now.
Exactly. And they are very excited about this aircraft and have basically bought it for its economy, its environmental features, and the passenger appeal.
For sure, certainly. And when do you expect this to be in service?
This aircraft will be in service at the end of 2013. Entry into service the very end of 2013, and that will be the CS100, the 110 seat version. And the sister ship, the 130 seat version, will be in service 1 year thereafter, 2014.
Great. Well, I can't personally wait to get on board the new plane. And Sam, thank you very much for joining us again on Simplifying, and it's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you very much.